name is Happy and I am Harini. I hope all of you are staying safe and healthy. So it feels super good to meet you guys with yet another interesting and amazing video. So if it's your first time here, I'm Harini and I make videos on life, happiness and positivity. If this is the topic that you would like to explore more upon and know new content, then this is the channel that you have to stick to. So don't forget to subscribe to My Name is Happy and hit the bell icon to receive instant updates about my upcoming videos. So week after week, I have been presenting to you all a lot of informative and interesting videos. But today's video is going to be totally different from all of them because it's going to be very colorful, attractive and highly beneficial to my audience. So whenever I say these three adjectives, which is colorful, attractive and beneficial, I only get one thing in mind, which is art. So basically in these busy lives, we don't really get enough time to connect with ourselves, realign our goals, recenter our purpose and truly find what we want to do in our life. Because of this lack of alignment, we often go off track, tending to do other things which don't really make a lot of purpose or add any value to our life or the people around us. So basically, to avoid this and to align our purpose, we have so many other things out there which are available, which is yoga, meditation and mindful activities. But today, I'm going to share with you something which is quite different from all of this, very interesting, but has the same benefits that yoga, meditation and mindful practices can give you. Yes, I'm talking about a very interesting art form, which is the mandala art form, a very ancient art form with highly beneficial, significant therapeutic value. So, the personal reason why I love this mandala art form is that the art form is totally centered upon the creation process and not about the final result or the final product that you're going to produce. So this kind of symbolically indicates that happiness is also about the journey and not about the final destination. So today's video I'm going to give you all lot of insights about this ancient art form. We'll also be making a very simple, basic mandala art in this video, along with lot of interesting and unknown facts about this wonderful meditative art form. So if you want to know more about mandala art, how to make it and what are the interesting things about it, do continue watching this video.
Is all about colors and I've already got a painted sheet in front of me. Now I'm folding the sheet to form a crease in the middle. As you all know, mandala is more about symmetry, so I'm again folding it back to form a cross shape. This is basically to find the midpoint of the paper. Once the midpoint is found, I am just marking it. The word mandala means circle in Sanskrit, and the very first meditation mandalas ever appeared in Tibet approximately around the 8th century, and these mandalas symbolizes rebirth, repetitiveness, protection, spiritual growth and many other such things. Basically, every circle that I'm drawing here can be considered as a mandala, which means drawing mandalas have a really low entry barrier, and the best part is you don't need any skills to start doing it. Well, this can apply to other types of art as well, but mandalas are extremely beginner friendly and you need not have mad artistic skills to begin with. All you need is the will and interest to start making mandalas. So there are various types of mandalas, and the mandala that I'm doing today is actually the geometric mandalas. So what makes them all geometric mandalas is basically the way they are designed. They all have a clearly visible center from which the other patterns radiate. Another interesting fact about mandala is that the interpretation of a mandala differs from region to region. Like how we relate it to spiritual growth, the people from the Southeast Asian history actually relate it with the traditional political formation. It is a model that can be described as a diffuse political power when the local power was more meaningful and stronger than the central leadership. So we have divided the circle into 4 equal parts and also kept dots at equal intervals. Next we will be connecting every dot to form lines. As I already mentioned before, the geometric mandalas have a clearly visible center from which the other patterns radiate from, and every other pattern is broken up by the lines that I am drawing right now. These lines help us to simplify the design that we will be drawing after connecting all these dots. The base of our mandala is now ready. Now we will be drawing patterns starting from the center. So one very unknown fact about these mandala art is that the original artists who created mandalas, right, they were strictly religious and needed to undergo certain initiation rituals before they were actually allowed to do such work.
So the very first pattern of our mandala is in the form of a petal. So as you can see, I am actually connecting the gap in between those two lines which I drew while making the base of the mandala. The outline of our very first mandala pattern is now complete, and now we will be filling the gaps of our pattern. As you can see, the drawing of mandalas involve a lot of intricate details that need concentration and stable hands. The process of creating mandalas regularly help us to refine our fine motor skills, especially for the elderly and kids.
So just like how we shaded the base of the petal, right? Similarly, we are highlighting the tips of the petals as well. So we have successfully completed the first layer of our mandala. Now we are moving towards the second layer. The second layer is also a petal, but what is different about the second layer is its shape and size. This is slightly bigger than the first layer that we created. While making the first layer, we connected the lines which were immediately adjacent to each other. But when it comes to the second layer, we will be connecting the alternate lines, and one line in the middle will be left free. Like any other art form, be it dance or music, even mandalas can be used for self-discovery and self-expression. But sometimes these mandalas can also have no deep meaning at all and just look pretty and beautiful for someone to see. The choice of what you want to put into your mandala art is up to you and your creativity.
So with that being said, now we have started to add details to our second layer of petals. So what we will be doing here is we will be adding 3 sub layers into our second layer of petal. So, and the innermost layer will have shading. Another interesting fact about mandalas is it's basically used in art therapy nowadays. The very nature of creating a mandala is in itself very therapeutic and symbolic. The shapes and colors you actually create in your mandala art will reflect your inner self at the time of creation. Your instinct and feelings should inspire and guide you through the process of creation. Ultimately, you will be creating a portrait of yourself as and when you're creating a mandala. So whatever you're feeling at that time, whatever emotions are coming through will be represented in your mandala art therapy.
So now I'm using small dots to cover the spaces in between the petals. So I've already spoken about mandala's origin, types and its significance. But what are the benefits of someone who draws a mandala? So, experts say that mandala can bring a feeling of balance, instill peace and tranquility, helps to develop concentration, reduces stress and anxiety, builds patience, perseverance, and constancy.
The famous Buddhist poet Dilgo once said that each person's life is like a mandala, a vast, limitless circle. We stand in the center of our circle, and everything we see, hear, and think forms the mandala of our life.
There is no fixed or set number of layers that you should be drawing in order to complete a mandala. It all depends on the creator's mood, time, and interest. You might create even a 2 layer mandala and even go up to making a 200 or 2000 layer mandala. It all lies in the hands of the creator. So, how are these mandalas connected to our everyday life? When looking at our everyday life, you will see that there are mandala appears everywhere around us. From nature such as flowers, the sun, snowflakes, water drops, ice, spider webs, kiwi fruit, cells of all living beings, atoms of everything on the planet, to even the man-made items such as clock, compass, and so on. You all know, even the human body is a mandala, as when we outstretch our arms and legs, we form a 5 pointed star or a star mandala. As we are approaching the finishing of our mandala, I would like to share with you all certain ideas and certain tips which might help you create your own mandala. So, the first thing is begin with a rough idea of whatever you want to create. Choose a circular, a rectangular, a black and white, or any other color. You might want to draw petals and leaves for a floral mandala, but don't worry if you're not sure what you want. Sometimes, you have to begin with no idea. Just start with the smallest layer, then go with the innermost circle, and then grow out, and then it changes. It's basically like a free flow. And if you need more inspiration, study patterns in your surroundings. The first step to make any mandala is to make a grid. You remember we spent so much time making the base of the mandala, dividing the circle into parts and drawing grid lines that cross the circle at every 30 or 45 degree. All this adds more symmetry because we want all the patterns in the mandala to be equal. Then decide what basic shapes you want to radiate from the circle. Make sure that every layer is slightly different. You might change the shape a little, fill in with different strokes or colors. Basically, it might be the same pattern, but these small variations will give you a different look once your piece is completed. Once your design is entirely complete, you can rub off the pencil lines that you drew for the base. The main point to remember is if you're not sure of what patterns to apply, study the ones you like in other mandalas. If you type in Google mandala art, you'll get a variety and a huge range of mandalas. You can choose the patterns that you can resonate with and combine them however you like. Try to train your arm to do the movements so you can get them to be the same size. I feel that's what makes a mandala aesthetically very pleasing. Also, you can create a repository of all the patterns that you have learned. So anytime you feel like you're stuck or like you're drawing the same pattern again and again, you can refer back to this repository to garner new ideas.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'm sure the facts and the benefits of making mandala art would have improved you to start making this extremely beginner friendly art. You don't need any complicated techniques or tools to start off. You all need just basic things which are available around you to start making this art. So I'm sure you will start off this beautiful journey of recentering your goals and getting to know yourself better. And please share with me all the beautiful art and the creative things that you're going to make with the basic that I was able to share with you today. So thank you so much for watching this video. I am sure that you enjoyed this video, and I am assure you that I'll be back with more such interesting and informative content. Until we meet next time, take care and bye-bye. And don't forget to subscribe to My Name is Happy and hit the bell icon to receive instant updates about my upcoming videos. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.